Welcome to the O'Malley podcast show. What we will talk about, no one will know. So sit down and relax and learn some awesome facts. It's the Talk to O'Malley podcast show. With me. Welcome to the Talk to O'Malley podcast. I'm Tom, your host. Today I'm here with Andy Muckett from AKM Advisory. I did get that right, didn't I?
You did, Tom. Thank you.
Andy's going to tell us a little bit about what you do, how you're different to most. Do I use the word accountant?
I don't even want to call myself an accountant anymore.
Well, that's good. Well, why don't you tell us all about what you do in 30 seconds?
30 seconds or less. Fantastic. So we help small business owners where we can do it. We like to work with husbands and wives who've got a small business because there's an interesting dynamic. But we help business owners create wealth through their business using our financial growth framework.
Which is relatively new, isn't it, to you? Or have you been using it for a little while?
It is relatively new. It's probably been in development for 5 years, maybe 6 years, is when we first started creating it, Samantha and myself, Samantha my wife. And but we only really launched it about 2.5, 3 years ago. And in its current form, probably a little over 12 months ago, 12, 18 months ago.
Yeah. And it sets you apart from most accountants because I think we were discussing this earlier on. How does it set you apart from other accountants?
It's a great question. Thanks for asking. So what we do is we take the financial growth framework and we work with the client. And I very much refer to it as a partnership, right? Where their success is our success. It gives us incredible joy to see a business owner go from that level to that level, and to start to understand their business finances more. And that's what we're doing. So we're working really, really closely. We usually take over all the compliance work, all the bookkeeping, monthly management accounts, VAT returns, payroll, all the things that you would expect. And then we go deeper. One of the things that we work with initially, we spend some time with clients getting really, really clear on their financial vision. So the financial vision isn't just what does it look like for the business, it's actually what does it look like for the owner / owners, which is why we find this works really well.
No, I agree with that. It's like having a vision board, right? I would say.
Yeah.
I've been asked, I remember when I first started out on my own and they asked us, like a coach came in from external and he was like, envision what you want at the end of it. Do you want a nice house, nice cars, nice holidays? Pick that one thing and then that's your goal. And that should be your goal to success. And it felt a bit cringe. But by the same token, I can see the benefit because when you're just doing it blindly, and I bet you meet a lot of people that are just blindly going along.
Yeah.
And doing it because they've got into a complacent mode or they're trying to move on with, I know I need to do this, but they're stuck in the day-to-day, bogged down by finances, bogged down by having to deal with payroll because they're too scared to employ someone. Probably what you see all the time, I guess.
And you see people in business, they're usually what happens when they come to us, and the people that we find that we help the most are, they're brilliant at what they do. They've got a little bit disillusioned in an employed role. They've gone and started out on their own. They've done really, really well for themselves. And they've got themselves to a point where they haven't got enough time anymore. Sometimes they haven't got enough money and they haven't got enough time. And sometimes they've got enough money, but they haven't got enough time and they can't take it to the next stage and they don't know how to, because what got them from point A to point B isn't going to get them to point C. So there needs to be a change. And that's usually the point where, not just necessarily from the financial point of view, but that's the point where you need to start bringing in other experts to help you on your journey to get to the next level.
At what point do you feel you'd want to join their journey? Right at the beginning, in the middle, or probably at the end? Well, not at the end, obviously, because that's crap. Then.
Well, there's an argument for joining at the end of the journey too. I love helping people, and so we have set up something Samantha and I call Cash Flow Circle.
Which is part of it.
Real entry level to get people focused on the simplest, easiest financial metric there is, which is how much cash is in my bank account and what money am I going to be spending over the next few weeks, months, however long it may be. So that's a real entry level. Anyone can join that. And they may learn things in there that helps them on their journey to go from maybe a 100k turnover business to a $500,000 turnover business. They may get enough information to help them do that. For us, we're really looking, the ideal client for us is already at 7 figures. So they've gone through that growth where they've kind of bootstrapped their way up there. And they've kind of plateaued in terms of revenue, profitability. They've worked out that if I sell more, I don't necessarily make more money because I'm leaking costs all over the place. So yeah, it's all about cash management, really.
What's a typical business that you work with?
Say that again?
What's a typical business that you work with?
Thank you. Businesses that we love working with are usually businesses where they're installing a thing. I like to call them construction-y. So there might not necessarily be a construction business, but they're installing things like fire safety systems, security systems,
electrical and battery.
Yeah, that sort of thing, and where there's an element of maintenance required as well. So can be a complicated business. We've got to install the thing. That's one, revenue stream, and then we've got to maintain the thing. That's another revenue stream. So there's normally a few moving parts, and I find we just love working with those kind of people, really, who do things with their hands, sort of engineers, if you like.
Do they like it that you get involved? Because I take it you're the sort of person that would just get involved and want to not get hands-on and fit in stuff, but like looking at the general business working, going, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Because you seem like an ideas guy to me.
Thanks.
Whenever I talk to you, you do seem like an ideas person.
Wow, I really appreciate that. So one of the things that I enjoy is spending time with the client, and we might be reviewing the finances, and then suddenly the client says something, and I go, whoa, hang on a minute, let's just back up there. Let's back up there. You've told me X, and actually I can see that there's a really, really big opportunity there if you want to take it. And and then we explore that, and then we develop that, and then we start making inroads to that. It may not happen overnight, but I love spotting opportunities.
Can you see, obviously being an accountant by trade, you can see what the financial costs and benefits are going to be to each option, right? So if I went, I'm going to go and sell candles, which is the thing that I was considering, and you would go, well, you're going to pay X in VAT, you're going to pay X in shipping costs, you would probably see that straight away because you've lived it and seen it.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I would do is if you were going to come to me and say, I'm starting my candle business, I would want to know how you've costed everything, because I mean, the first question that I would ask you in that case is, how much are you selling your candles for?
Yeah, exactly. And I would say £15 because they would be obscene. But like, it's finding that niche. This was just an idea that came from a comedy gig I did a little while ago, where I dished out candles and they said horrible stuff, like, smells like your mum and dad just did it. But it was, and I thought, well, there's a niche. But then I looked across the market and I was like, well, I don't even know where I'm going to go. But then I spoke to a marketing person and he was like, yeah, I can do this. We could put these together and we can make this work. And then I started looking at costs. And stuff ain't cheap, and like to make a margin on stuff, you're basically selling the branding, right? Is what you're selling, like anything.
Yeah.
And the advice, but you would know you're going to pay this in VAT, you're going to pay this in that.
And we would, the first stage that I would always look at with any business at any stage, when I first engage with them, is a cash flow forecast, so that we can understand what's happening to the money in the business. And pricing is usually a conversation that comes out of that, because we can start talking about, well, what happens? Oh, here's your cash flow forecast. Oh, looks a bit shit in January. Okay, well, what would happen if we increased your prices by 10%? What would happen if we reduced costs by 10%? What happens if instead of using DPD we used Royal Mail? What effect would that have on our margins?
And back to the original question: do clients actually like it?
Do clients like it?
Or do they feel like you're nosy?
I think those that we are in partnership with really like it.
Yeah, I'd welcome it. It's similar to, I think when I spoke to you last time, I would look at eventually going into some sort of advisory role where been there, done it, seen it, got the t-shirt, and I walk into some businesses and I'm like, really? I can see what you're not doing, and I really want them to do it, but then I've got no really capacity, or not capacity, but got no backing, have I? Who am I? Just someone who sells life insurance off the street. I know what you're going to say. Imposter syndrome. But it's that same thing, isn't it? How did you get your confidence and backing to know that you've got a strategy that's going to work? Why would people hire you over anyone else? Sell yourself.
Sell myself. Well, I'm
not
brilliant.
Like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just brilliant. You should work with me. So I've made so many mistakes, Tom. So many mistakes.
It shows on your face.
Thanks,
Andy.
And when I first started my business in 1992, which is a lot of years ago,
I was 10.
I was only 24. I think. Yeah, 24 sounds about right. It was. I undervalued what I did. Massively undervalued what I did. And I was talking about it actually on the cash flow circle call yesterday. You start in business, and for a lot of people, you've got loads and loads of time. You've got too much time on your hands, and not nearly enough money coming in.
Yeah, I remember that.
So there's a real temptation to start going, well, if I do the thing cheap, then I'll attract more people and I'll make money and I'll feel good. And when you do that, when you do it on the cheap, then you do attract people and you do get money in the door. But what happens is you start to attract more and more people who like things being done on the cheap.
Yeah.
And that's a really dangerous place to get to.
And it's a difficult place for a consumer to get out of as well, because they want it done on the cheap. They know they need it done properly. And actually, people start cutting corners and everybody loses, ultimately, right?
Absolutely.
So there is a point where it's serving value over cost, right? So you would add value. I try and add value to my clients when I'm there by going, yeah, you'll get the, the extra special service. But no, I don't.
Everybody gets the extra special service. Surely,
well, of course they get the extra special service. But no, I like to become, like you like to become a bit pally-pally with your clients. And, I know I'm only their financial advisor on insurance, but ultimately I feel like I've got a lot to give, and it's getting that across without seeming too overpowering or fun. But I think once you show your personality, things start really showing through and people respect that. I think I had a comment a little while ago, actually. One of my clients went, "Oh, Tom, I've been listening to your podcast, actually. And I was like, is that why you feel like you know me slightly better? And it does work. And I think we were talking earlier on about, just to segue away from that a little bit, what you were saying. But with social media, you said to me before we came on, I think we caught it on camera, but I don't like social media. I really struggle to consume it. And but you know it's something you need to do. So hence why you're here, and I think you did one other podcast as well.
Yeah.
And like, what's changed since 1992? Like in business, what's changed? I mean, it must be easier now with the advent of things like social media and.
That's a really great question. I was thinking about this the other day. So just firstly, just thinking about in terms of people's financial record keeping systems. Back in '92, you know, not everybody had a computer on their desk.
Definitely not, no.
It was starting to come in accounting firms, small accounting firms, more and more. But it was still unusual. And people were still recording in big cash books, right? The big cathedral analysis type cash books.
I've got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Ledgers, dead ones. Completely brand new.
Yeah.
Leather bound, beautiful.
Yeah. And you would spend hours writing things down in pencil. You wouldn't. A real great example is if you're using something like Xero and you've got your bank feeds connected to it, you know every single transaction that's happening in your bank account in real time. You know, the money gets spent, let's say in your Starling bank account or whatever it may be. And if it's linked to Xero, it's there like instantly. Whereas, you know, 30 years ago, you'd write a cheque for your VAT return, right? And you'd send it off in the post and hope it would get to Southend-on-Sea in time so that you didn't get a penalty. But you wouldn't know that they'd received it until the cheque had cleared, and that could be like 2 weeks later, right?
And there would be shoeboxes of receipts. I mean, over the years, how many... Because you obviously started out as an accountant, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say you started out, but you obviously started out as an accountant. Over the years, how many shoeboxes full of receipts have you been delivered?
Far too many. Far too many. I've spent far too much time flattening out and unscrewing up bits of paper in my life that I don't want to do that ever again, which is why we love tools like Dext, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other products available.
I keep being told to just take a photo.
Yeah, take a picture.
Send it,
take a picture.
and away you go.
If I'm out and about and I'm incurring expenses on the road, you know, I get back in the car, I lay the receipt out on my knee, I take a picture. Most, you know, if HMRC come and do an inquiry and have a look through all my paperwork, there'll be more pictures of my knee in my financial records than anything else.
I mean, you could sell those. I think there might be a website for that.
Yeah, usually I'm wearing jeans. There's a few where I've been wearing shorts, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get your feet in them, Andy?
I try not to. I try not to, yeah.
I'm not going to edit that bit out either. The so there's this one question I did ask you earlier on. So be honest. Did you dream of becoming an accountant when you were 15? What did you tell the careers advisor when you were 15?
Really interesting. I think I was off Careers Week, and they explained to us what to do, and I came back and they said, what do you want to be? And I'm like, I don't know, airline pilot.
I could see you as an airline pilot.
And do you know what? I didn't get any placement work experience week, and I wasn't surprised. But no, I never wanted to... I definitely didn't know what I wanted to do. I certainly didn't want to be an accountant. And what happened in 1984 when I left school...
I was 2.
You were 2, thank you. I appreciate that. Was that there were no jobs. There were no jobs. It was, we were about, year 5 into a Conservative government, I think. And there were no jobs to be had. And the only job that I could get, as a school leaver, was working for HMRC, or Inland Revenue, as they were at that time. Did I want to work there? I did not want to work.
Have you always been in Portsmouth or surrounding?
No, so I was born in Woking.
Right, okay.
I grew up in a little village called Lightwater, which is, for those of you familiar with the M3, it's junction 3 of the M3. And so I always lived up round there, sort of Woking, Camberley, Frimley, around that neck of the
What
woods.
brought you down here?
That's a really great question. What brought us down here was COVID, really. I'd always wanted to live by the sea, and then at the back end of COVID, I had enough of living around Farnborough Way, which is where we were at the time. And so we just started looking at coastal properties, and then it turned out that we found a coastal property in Leon-Solent.
Nice.
And it was a beautiful detached 5-bedroom Victorian house, drafty as hell, but a wonderful place to live, which we rented for a year. But I was quite excited to come back to this area because the name Muckett is quite well known in this part of Hampshire.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'd never met a Muckett before, I don't think.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you go to the cemetery at the church in Titchfield, it's full of Muckets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you bought a plot?
I have not bought a plot. I've not bought a plot. But yeah, so my dad...
And would it be tax deductible?
We'd have to discuss
That's a possible then.
how that could work. Yeah.
I was only joking.
Yeah.
You know that.
That's fine. But no, my dad was born in Fareham, and the Meon Shore and Stubbington and Titchfield, places like that, Leon-Solent, have always been in my vocabulary. So it felt a little bit like coming home.
I love it in Leon-Solent. I've got a boat in Lee.
Have you?
In the fishing club, yeah. I've had it there for 16 years.
Right, up the far end. Mm-hmm. You take it out very often?
No. I used to, but not anymore. It's still
one,
there.
When I drive past, is it the one that's like just full of water and listed onto one side?
No, it's on a proper trailer. I used to be in the other fishing club.
The other fishing club?
Yeah, Soaks Bay, with a bigger boat.
Okay.
But it's just like COVID happened, and when the crash stopped, I had to sell it. So, which was gutting. Anyway, we're segueing. But it's interesting.
I love the sea. I mean, we've started. I mean, this is completely irrelevant to what we're talking about, but Sam joined a Sunday morning cold plunge group for ladies.
Yeah.
So Leon-Solent, they're down there on the beach, 30 or 40 of them.
Has she got a dry robe?
Yeah, everyone's
got a dry robe.
All the gear. And she said to me, join the men's group. They meet along there, and there's like, about a dozen men.
Have you been?
Well, I would walk past and I'd go, I'm not sure about this.
I would feel the same way.
I'm not sure. And eventually I went down. Honestly, the most wonderful bunch of caring, kind men. A lot of them have been through some really, really tough times. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to get cold in the water with them on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, no, I get it. And
you should come.
I probably should. On a Sunday morning.
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Leon-Solent. You can check in on the
Do you know what? What Ruth has been saying to me? We need to get this. My partner. She said to me, we do need to get out and start doing stuff and meeting some other people and doing stuff. But you get caught up working, and then it comes the weekend and I'm just knackered, or I've got my kids, or I've got this, and life just takes over.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I'm working to a point now where I can hopefully avoid that a bit more and go and do the things I enjoy, take my boat out and, actually live. But no, I agree. But I would walk past and I would wrongly judge dry robe. Have you got a dry robe now?
Yeah.
Do you wear it when you're not on the beach?
Yeah.
There's a song by Goldie Look and Chain about dry robes.
Is there?
Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Thanks.
They're at Victorious if you're going to Victorious on a Saturday. That's one of my. I saw them in Southampton a little while ago, and I was like, "Oh, it's amazing!" I was singing everything, and I didn't realise I knew quite so much. But totally lost track of where we are. So,
well, I'm more interested in knowing what you fish for when you go out on the Solent.
When I go fishing, you usually just get dogfish, or you can get bream.
Yeah.
If you're close in, I've got one cod in the 16 years I've been fishing. It's about £10 like this. Mouth was like this. It was gigantic. What else do you get? Lots of mackerel. It's better on a boat than it is off the shore because you can go further and you know where to fish.
Yeah, I think I've been out a couple of times and I got a sea bass, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. It was fairly good size. It was big enough to take home and eat.
Yeah. Bass are very hard to catch, but they're...
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah, well, you... Skills first time, right?
No, after like 2 or 3 days of fishing, I caught one. So,
see, if you come out on the boat, I'll show you where to go. And it's just constant in the summer mackerel. If you can find a mackerel patch.
Yeah.
And it's
good oily fish. Yeah.
It's lovely, and you can end up with a bag of like 50 by the end of the day, and you've got some bait sorted, and it's lovely fresh bait for catching things like bass and rays and. God, I didn't realise quite how much I knew about fishing. See,
You know a lot more than you think you do.
I know. I think that's half the problem. I think what you were saying earlier on about when you stand by and look at people doing the dry robe, are you a little bit like me in that you are tentative to watch it because you can see what the ending's going to be like, and you're a little bit. I don't want to necessarily get involved straight away because you've seen the ending.
What, the ending being in the cold water?
Yeah, and friends and stuff and other commitments that you've got to get yourself into.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm asking you this.
Oh, okay. So when I would walk past that group and I would think, and invariably the men would do a little bit of breath work before they go in. I'm not doing that old nonsense. And actually, I love the breath work now. But when I walked past, I was like, I think there's that fear sometimes of, well, I could join that group, but I don't want to. But I do really because I want to be accepted.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly how you feel, and this is my point on that is that. Do you think, I don't want to talk to the camera or James, but there are some people that literally will just go straight out and do it without even thinking.
Yeah.
Right? I have done a lot of Myers-Briggs personality theory. You've ever looked at it? I think I can guess your personality type. And
Okay.
I would say you were an INTJ. Very smart, very straight down the line. If you've ever done it before.
Yeah. You'd have to ask Sam because she knows for sure.
Yeah.
I think I was an INF something. But
INFJ.
Possibly.
That's like me. See, which makes sense, right? Because...
Or maybe I'm just mirroring you.
You might be.
Yeah,
but you lead with intuition, basically. So you can see the end before the... Before the finish. Whereas a lot of people... And I didn't realise I was in the... Well, I did realise I was in the minority, but you don't feel it necessarily. This is why it leads back to business. In that you're quite capable of seeing the end before the beginning, right? Whereas a lot of people go, I'm just going to go in and do that because I enjoy doing that, and that's where they make the mistakes.
Yes.
And that's where you can really benefit people by saying to them, this is the end result. Do you want to get there? Whereas I think personally, and I don't know if you found this challenge over the last 30 plus years of working, where you've not done it, you've then sort of regretted it a little bit and then thought to yourself, how do I get back into, I feel like life's passed me by a little bit and I've missed some opportunities that I probably should have taken, and then now you're teaching those to other people.
That sums it up really, really well. I've made all those mistakes and I can see where I don't want other people to be making them, and I can see what they need to be doing to get them where they need to be. But it is focusing on their outcome, what their vision is. It's not my vision. It's not my vision for them. It's whatever their vision is and helping them achieve that.
No.
And being able to see, it's like, okay, you want that, in which case we need to start turning the ship and having it pointing in a different direction.
did it take you a little while for people to actually listen to you? Or do people always listen to you? Have you always been quite authoritative? Or...
I think it's probably only in the last 8 years or so that I've started to really believe in myself. I don't think I had any different skills 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I just think they were kind of dormant, and I didn't have the confidence to be able to advise and to be able to help people in a way that I was confident about, without fear of getting it wrong. Getting it wrong is a big thing in the accounting.
Yeah, of course.
world,
Well,
right?
getting it wrong in life is a big fear, right? And I feel the same way. I feel like I don't want to look stupid, and it's not the fact that I don't want to look, because I actually don't care. Like, I do comedy on the side of this occasionally, and I don't know worries about looking stupid. But I do worry about, it's not that I worry about reputation. I don't particularly worry about reputation. But I do worry that you're not going to do it to the best of your ability. Whereas I see people, like you said, like someone said to me, just bloody do it. You know, just get on with it. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. And it'll all work out. And there is a certain amount of planning involved, but essentially just do it. And that's what I've kind of tried to live by setting up on my own, because it's been 18 months now. It's going okay. I do things like a podcast. I do things like networking. I try and build my own brand and content. Whereas, I've said this before on this podcast, but I'll say it to you. I lived for 10 plus years in the shadow of someone else, working for someone else, trying to just sit in the shadows, whereas I was learning and I was seeing everything that was going wrong and right, and now I feel like I'm taking the good bits from certain businesses, not doing the bad bits, like mismanagement of funds, like you would see. I see a lot of people just spend the money that comes in, literally, and not a care in the world, and then they find themselves a year or two down the line in our industry, clawback is a big issue.
Yeah.
And they would see tons of clawback coming in, people leaving because they're being horrible, and then stuck with their nowhere to pay it back. Whereas me, I would look at that and go, okay. And the best bit of advice I ever got was from someone. I went for an interview in their role, and she said to me, "Why aren't you setting up on your own?" And I went, "I don't know, fear, I guess." But the best bit of advice was, operate at 70%, as if you've only got 70% of the money, you've always got 30% in the background. And it was the best bit of advice, and it's always stuck with me. And that's how I run everything now. I don't spend anywhere near what I've got.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to be, hopefully.
That is ultimately what all of us need to be focusing on, because it's very, very easy to live, if not outside our means, but live up to the very limit of our means, which means that if something goes wrong at some point, you've got no fallback position. So what you're doing is fantastic. You're saying, actually, I'm keeping some back, because who knows what's going to happen. You know, you do that for 3 years, you've got you could take a year off, right, if you needed to.
Yeah, if I needed to, yeah. Hopefully, though, if I took a year off, unfortunately I don't qualify for it, but just to link it back to what I do for a change. But that's an opportunity where, essentially, and you would probably advise it in your business, that, if you had those fallbacks of insurance, like things like executive income protection, key person income protection, not so much the life cover in that situation, but as a tax deductible benefit, if they've got those things in place, actually, the fact that you've got that cash allows you to spend that cash not spend it necessarily, but take more risks, because you know that if you fall sick, there's fallback. You know, like I often say to people, that they go, "Oh, I've got enough to cope for like a year," and really, I said, "Well, what happens after a year? You know, the business is kind of screwed at that point. You're not working because you've had a stroke or you've had a serious car accident. Who's going to pay your income now?" Whereas if they've taken it and income protection policy through their business, exec IP, they would have covered 80% of their salary. And the money's still coming in. They could have done things like key person, which would have protected up to 2.5 times their salary, or for profit loss, 75%. So they've got, essentially if they come back after 2 years, they've got the time to recover. They might go cold dip on a Sunday, which again helps their health, helps everything else they're going to do. And they can go and take more risks, which if you were analysing their bank account, come on to that question in a sec that we asked earlier. But, if you were looking at their bank account, would you be saying, this is where you can take risks, this is where you can do that? And I guess that's part of your strategy as an advisor, right?
Yeah, risks. Any risks that anybody take are always going to be like measured risks, right? So
Yeah.
if someone says, I've just seen this thing, it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to invest all my money in it. It's like, whoa, take a step back. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying let's think about it. Let's understand what the risks are. Let's understand what the potential rewards are. Let's consider, your other needs in your life right now before we go headlong and
It's spreading risk, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what your job would be. So we'll go back to the ChatGPT notes.
Go for it.
I think they're really good. And then,
Excellent.
I don't know, is AI good in accountancy?
Is AI good in accountancy? It has its place for sure. So what we're finding is that when we're using things like Dext and Xero, the AI that they're embedding within their things starts to be really, really helpful. It's not perfect, but it's helpful, and there's some streamlining that goes on. And for me, AI is about streamlining and supporting what you do already, rather than becoming an advisory tool, and which I believe that some people are using it as, they're giving advice based on what ChatGPT says.
Yeah, it does my head in, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll ask it certain questions just to clarify what I knew, but then I will always double check it with a provider or...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll use it because, I've got a client who's got a particular circumstance, and I know what I want to write down, and I know what I want the result to be, but I can't write it nearly as quick as ChatGPT writes it.
I think we did. What did I use the other day? And someone said, just stick it in ChatGPT. Oh, it was a client actually said to me, just write, because I wrote this letter as I was on the phone to him, and I'm like, and then he's like, just stick it in ChatGPT and it will make it work, make it sound a lot more professional. Because I'm just writing it off the top of my head, which is how it should be. But then, like when it's like you said to me a second ago, you just translated it in not so many words as to what I do, and that's what ChatGPT does, right? It's just a friend that makes you...
I think, using it as a tool to enhance what you do rather than as a tool to replace what you do.
It's not going to take over the world, is it?
Well, that remains to be seen. No
chance, because you're always, like the same with anything, you've got people who rise up because they're going, we've got no jobs and we've got no whatever. They're not going to take over the world.
That's the really interesting part, because if the, I'm going to call it the scaremongering, if the scaremongering is to be believed and AI does take over the world, right, then no one's got any jobs. Now, the thing that governments need, all governments need, is they need people to work, because when they work they pay taxes and they earn money which they go and spend, and they pay more taxes because there's VAT on virtually everything. So they can't have people not working and reliant on the state, because then the economy will collapse.
No. And if everybody's using AI to generate income, there actually is no, it's all done by trade. Actually, we'll just find that the government's making money by VAT, which means that we're paying more, and eventually it'll just go pop, like blowing up a balloon too much, right?
Yeah.
And I would hope that economists have seen that.
Yeah, but have the people who are developing AI seen that? And I was pretty shocked last week to hear of the massive layoffs in Oracle, right?
Right, no, I hadn't seen it, but yeah, go on.
Massive layoffs. and that's all connected to the development of their AI, as I understand it. I haven't looked at it too much, so forgive me if I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, it's scary.
It can be. I think the first thing usually that goes is marketing, right? But then I like using a marketing person because I like that it's real. And I think that's I guess you're trying to just get business owners to go, use a person. Use someone that you trust. Like, make a team. You're building a team, right? That's ultimately what you're doing.
This is the key thing for me. I think, we see so much AI, there's so much stuff online. What can you trust when you're looking at videos online? Is the first question when I see anything is that AI? Because I don't trust it.
With all the NASA stuff this week, right? I've had to look at all the photos of the moon and go, which one's real?
Okay.
If you've been following it.
I haven't. Well, I've been following the trip to the moon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which side of the coin you're lying on. Are you saying they haven't gone?
Oh no, I'm saying they definitely have gone. But then I'm seeing
cool.
like people have generated AI photos, like with it wasn't a beaver, was it? It was a capybara that went missing.
Yeah.
And everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of like, I'm going to get AI to generate a photo where there's a capybara, like in the in my coffee shop. Or
I saw the capybara.
I should probably take my Talk to Malley podcast logo and go, oh look, we're on the moon.
Yes.
But then it's working out which one's real because they do look so good.
Yeah. I have to say with that whole moon thing, I didn't realise quite how a moon thing. The Artemis 2, travelling to the moon, going around it and coming back home. One, what an amazing feat, number one. Two, how incredibly brave those astronauts are.
You wouldn't catch me doing it.
I'd do it, but I don't know if I'd ever do anything else once I'd got back, right? And look what we can do when we cooperate. When people cooperate with each other, we can achieve anything.
Collaborate. I think collaborate is better. I'm a big believer in collaboration.
Yeah.
I think it's really important because you need to learn off of everybody else, but I think some people do get caught in, I'm in charge of this is what I'm doing, and I just hate the ego on it. Personally, I'm like big on it. I think that's the best way forward. Out of interest, if you were the first person to land on the moon, what would your first words be? Like, one small step for man.
That's a really good question, but the way you phrased it suggests that you don't think anyone has set foot on the moon yet.
No, I meant if it was you.
Oh, if it was me.
If it was
you.
If
I'd been Neil Armstrong, I suspect it would have been expletive laden.
Do you think he made that up? Or do you reckon he just said it on the hoof?
No, I reckon there was probably a small committee,
a PR team behind it,
decided what was going to be said. Yeah.
What would you have said? I'm on the fucking moon.
I'm on the fucking moon, bitches. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, man. I say to my children, I've said to my children in the past, if you had the opportunity to go and colonise Mars or go and live on the moon or something, would you take it? One was a definite no, and the other one was a no. And I said, well, are you 100% sure on that? And they changed their mind. If I was given the opportunity to visit another heavenly body in our solar system, I would jump at the chance. Absolutely jump at it.
What, knowing that you can't come back?
If it was a one-way ticket, I would still go.
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't think I would. Unless I...
I'm a bit older than you, though, aren't I?
You're not that much older than me. 15 years, I think, is 14 years. Probably the difference. So, we'll ask some fun questions that ChatGPT asked. So, we'll go back to the accountant side of things. If I gave... Oh, my God, I can't believe I'm actually going to ask this. If I gave you access to my bank account, what would you judge me on first?
So the first thing is, I wouldn't judge you at all.
This is going to make a good reel.
Gonna like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good reel, I think, yeah. And why wouldn't you judge me?
Because we're all on a journey, and we are where we are, and there's there's no point looking back and going, I screwed up, and feeling bad about it. You are where you are. What we can do is see where you are, be present with the place that you are in life, and with your finances, and then plan forward from there.
Most people don't set out to deliberately deceive HMRC, do they?
Most people don't set out to deliberately deceive HMRC.
They just get caught up in a rut.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of people sometimes just get behind with their admin, right?
Yeah, massively. I'm always behind.
Because it's not important. And again, this comes back to kind of business planning, cash flow planning. They're so busy chasing that next bit of work, that next bit of money to come in, that they haven't got time to worry about the business admin side of things, because they just need to make the sale.
I mean, this is my constant go-to. Whenever I ring someone and they're like, oh, I'm really busy at the moment, I can't talk to you. And I'm like, look, I know, I understand I'm low priority. But it's because everyone's chasing the money all the time. And it's only and they'll do it when they're ready and they're in that position. And you just want to be in the forefront of their imagination when they do want to think about it.
And for you, it's the products, the support that you're giving them is potentially going to dig them out of a hole in the future, but it's you don't know whether or not they're actually going to fall into that hole or not. And that's the nature of insurance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But actually ignoring that possibility, ignoring that it feels to me like I'm not thinking about my future self right now. That the past is done, but they're not thinking about their future self. What could happen to me in the future? I'm not saying I'm a great believer, and I'm learning a lot from Eckhart Tolle at the moment about being present and being in the moment and enjoying that, because there is nothing else. There is no future, there is no past. You're in the present moment. But actually you do sometimes have to step out of being present and say, well, let's plan for the future. Let's work out what we need to work out to make sure that we're going to be okay. And then once we've put everything in place that we need to, then we can come back and be present with what's going on in our lives right now.
Yeah, 100%. I think when I was in my Messiah mode a couple of years ago, when I was in the discovery phase and I was writing memes.
I would like to have seen that.
I've probably got it written down on my phone, I imagine. I wrote about 50, 60 pages of a book.
Fantastic.
Partly fiction, partly based on truth. Write what you know, right?
Yeah.
And but I think I described what you were saying as if you're driving along in the car, that's you being present. You are always looking forward because you have to see what's in the bumps, and then you've got a rear view mirror to look behind you, and yes, you're seeing what's going to come up from your past, and it's probably going to catch you up because no doubt you've probably pissed someone off, or there's a mistake you've made in the past, and you can't ignore the past because it's always there. It's in a circle. In my mind, it's a circle. You've got this everything's revolving around you, and the future is based on your decisions that you're going to make in the present. So how you put that across to people but yeah, you're right, you have to be in the present. It's important to be in the present, but I would say that is, you still have to keep an eye on the future, and you have to keep an eye on the past, right?
You keep an eye on them, you're aware of them, but if you this has been my experience, if I focus solely on what's going to happen in the future, that is a path to constant anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Constant anxiety. And that might be a minute in the future, it might be a year in the future, whatever it is. And if you're looking backwards and thinking, oh shit, that's where sort of guilt and shame lie, is in the past, potentially. And so being present, right here, right now, in this moment, but there's nothing else going on.
I haven't eaten a single biscuit the whole time we've been here, and that would say I was being in the present and keeping an eye on the past, knowing I shouldn't eat the biscuits, I'm going to get fat. Knowing that if I do eat the biscuits, I'm probably going to get fat. And I'm in the present thinking to myself, don't eat the biscuit, partly because I'm on camera and I've got the thing's and the mic's gonna listen to me munch them.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
But it's a nice little analogy for how that all works.
Yeah.
So
nice biscuits.
nice
biscuits.
Nice biscuits. There's custard creams in there as well. You won't be able to see that.
Basically, you've got the. The custard cream is the biscuit of my childhood.
I love a custard cream. Do you remember when they did custard cream ice creams? It was like an ice cream sandwich, but with custard creams.
No.
It was actually really, really nice. They were in Asda for a little while, and they did Bourbon ones as well, but they stopped making them.
Bourbon was a little bit more. It was like a sophisticated custard cream for my taste.
In the 80s, maybe. Nowadays, it's Oreo, right?
Oh, Oreo. Sorry. No disrespect to the Oreo company, but that isn't a biscuit.
My friends, Plastic Jesus, I'll give them a shout out. I do sing some of your songs occasionally. They have got a song called Oreos Are Just Bourbons for Pricks. Oreos are just bourbons for pricks. They play ukulele and sing funny songs. Not as graphic as mine. I would say like I'm needling on the point of gross Plastic Jesus when I do comedy.
They sound a little bit like Half Man, Half Biscuit. You remember
Half
that?
Man? No, I haven't seen that, no.
Well, yeah, you would have been, what,
So
4 or 5 at the,
yeah,
two when they were out. Half Man, Half Biscuit. They did
in 1984, yeah.
Amusing songs. Yeah.
I like amusing songs. I think they're important. And, you play a little bit of ukulele, don't you?
A little bit, not as well as you.
No, but then I've been practicing a lot, and I know I used to play ukulele terribly, to be honest with it, and I didn't realise I had any musical talent whatsoever, whereas... no, I wouldn't say musical talent. I've always thought I could sing.
Yeah.
But then I didn't really get, sort of, I don't want to get involved. I want to get involved, like I was saying to you outside, like I got involved in the choir. I think, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it 100%. I'm not just going to do it 60%. I'm going to go and get fully involved, because I know what I'm like. I end up with, I'm either all the gear and no idea, or all the gear and a reasonably idea, but can I keep it, can I perpetuate it? But yeah, what's that? Because are we going to set up a little ukulele group?
I think that if we were to set up a little ukulele group, I think that would be fun.
I think it would be fun. So if there's anyone out there who plays ukulele or can sing, or can play drums or bass, it's not that we're going to set up a band. It's just I've got a great idea.
We just, we just want to get together and make music and have some laughs, right?
Yeah, right. Be present in the moment and enjoy
enjoying a shared experience.
Enjoying a shared experience. So I'll introduce you to that, and you can introduce me to cold water plunging.
Yeah.
And I think on that note, have you had fun?
Yeah, I have.
It's good, isn't it?
It's been a pleasure to be here, Tom.
Oh, that's
Thank
good.
you for the invitation.
Well, it's not all about business. We like to, at the end of the day, the way I look at it is people want to see the person behind that business. They might see AKM advisory on the internet, or they might see a post you've made on LinkedIn, but are they bothering to see the person behind it? Not necessarily, and that's kind of the key, really. So I'm just going to do a little plug on the back of this, because by the time this goes out, I'm just going to edit it out. Sure. So if you are unsure of what to do on the like how to use video, come and see us on the 22nd of April. We'll have nice chats like this, but it's a panel. We've got James, who's behind the camera right now. We've got Andy Wood, who runs a lovely podcast studio, video production, and Alan Braithwaite, who's going to come and talk about how to be visible online. But if you're not confident being on camera, like Andy wasn't particularly, would you agree?
All right.
He's all right. He don't care, just lets it go over him. But if you're not feeling comfortable on camera and you want to get a bit more involved and come and network with some nice people, come and see us on the 22nd of April. It's £20. And it all goes to a lovely charity, the Genie's Wish. And there's pastries. I'm sure there'll be some biscuits. I'm not that tight. And we're going to film the podcast live, and then we're going to take some video and stuff afterwards, so you can come and pitch yourself and practice all the stuff that we've been preaching on the podcast live. So yeah, tickets below. I'm going to edit that bit out and use that. That's how class you do it. But yeah, thanks for coming in. It's been really good. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
And
me too.
I'm going to ask Sam what your personality type is.
Yeah, do, because she'll know straight away. I'll ask her when we get home. Oh, she did mention to say send her love.
Oh.
So there you go. Here is Sam's love.
Oh, that's such a warm hug. On that note, anyway, if you like this, like and subscribe. I never do that bit, but we're just going to cut this up for clips and use it for the best bit, really. But see you all soon. And if you want to follow Andy on LinkedIn and your website, AKM, what is it, AKM?
AKM-advisory.com.
There you go.
And come and join the cash flow circle. Learn a bit about cash flow.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.